Welcome back to Fandom Sage Powers, where we discuss comics, heroes, villains, and the Dawn. We have reached Hellions, issue number 4, and we're bringing down the house right now. May I be heard on this? The challenges of the soul outweigh those of the body. Either we befriend sorrows of our past, or they destroy us. You can feel it, can't you? Not hell, but so close. Yes, I feel it. The pig, Essex, built a lamentable thing here, rending reality as he penetrated its depths. And as the depths open in ways unholy and mad, the shore between earth and hell was scraped away. I can hear them. The demons, old friends, they talk to me. I think they talk to you too. They want the army I raise, this army with dead minds and souls of void. They want to use them to fill their bodies and walk this earth and bring hell to my enemies. But there is a price with these things. There is sacrifice. So, hungry, they gather. They gather to watch our love bleed. Mr. Sinister has taken command of a team of disreputable mutants, including the allegedly reformed Havok and a reluctant team watchdog, Psylocke, as the new Hellions, ostensibly as rehabilitation. Their first mission to destroy Sinister's defunct cloning lab went south with the unexpected appearance of Madeline Pryor, Jean Grey's clone, and Cyclops' and Havok's ex-lover. As Madeline informed Alex of her plans for revenge upon Krakoa for excluding her, Psylocke battled for control against her rebelling teammate Wildchild. Meanwhile, the rest of the Hellions are fighting for their lives against Madeline's team of imperfect legacy Marauder clones. Oh, good God. I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry. I'll heal. Oh, no. Bad. That did it. Delinquents. Miscreants. We cracked her. Now, we feast. I hunger more. Choke on it, you dirty brat. Wild child? They found us, Peter. They found us. Hello, Riptide. I came to return this. Get back in there. Yes, ma'am. Greycrow. Thanks. Stay away. Of course. Your fate lies behind you. Wait, she... Oh, God. She's doing it. Oh... She's waking them up. All of them. She's bringing the entire Marauder clone farm online. She's spread thin now, losing her hold on my mind. Oh, I'm back, John. She'll be down in the control matrix. Take Tunnel 11 until it terminates at 9, then switch to 6. And you, like it or not, these are my people. I gotta get them out, bring them home. I owe them that. Fine, we'll take care of Pryor. Hellions, we're moving out. I'll see you topside. Right. How bad is it? What did she do to me? What did she do to me, John? Nothing that can't be fixed. John, wait. This isn't the control center. No. The smell of death is here. Nanny? Stay back, Peter. There are some things you shouldn't see. This is where he throws them away. The ones he doesn't like. He just throws them away. Waste processing. We're heading up, not down. You're not scared, are you? No. I think the demons called to you too. I never lost my hold on you, did I? One sight of me was all it took to rend your sanity to wet threads. Sure, Maddie, if that makes you feel better. No, your wounded mind. It wasn't me. Who did this to you, Alex? What happened to you, baby? Madeline! No! Alex, help me. The ceremony is broken. They're leaving. In the end, not even the demons stayed. Only you. That's better. You'll remember me, yes? I only wanted them to know that I was a real girl. That What was that? Alex, move. Up. I'm trying. Is Alex dead? No. I hear his mind. He's okay. I didn't say that. God. Damn, son. Did I do that? They were right, weren't they? We're a bunch of crazy sons of shit. Peter, don't laugh. They're funny, Nanny. As we're a week past the Hellions' return from Nebraska, I thought it beneficial to bring you up to speed on the state of our problem children, and in doing so, elucidate any benefits they've received from their mission.
Havok remains of utmost concern. By all accounts, he experienced a prolonged episode of dissociation in which the demons that haunt him were very much behind the wheel. Emma provided post-event psych care and reported sporadic memory loss and a slight detachment from reality. Specifically, Alex remembers Madeline Pryor being shot, but does not remember or seem that interested in who shot her. Emma seems hesitant to prod further, citing a lingering guilt from the bang-up job she did fixing Alex last time. I have no reason to doubt her intentions. Yet, a weight has been lifted from John Greycrow, even as he worries over the resurrection of his former teammates. He very much agrees they should be returned with as few of Mr. Sinister's genetic modifications as feasible, but aside from that, refuses to help them assimilate. He feels it's better for everyone if they go their separate ways. Empath was killed in action. Only wry smiles offered as explanation. This was expected and within tolerance. Wildchild has calmed down considerably, only showing aggression when he perceives a threat to Psylocke, whom he slavishly follows. Psylocke, to her credit, has taken the grin and bear it approach. Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find the grin, but you understand. Nanny appears to have brought a trauma home with her, related to seeing the misdeeds of Mr. Sinister's past up close. She had to be reminded to feed Peter yesterday. Unthinkable in the weeks prior. Emma assures me that any emotion Nanny lets herself feel is progress and essential to her healing. So how did we do in hitting our mission parameters? Therapeutic value. On the whole, there seems to have been cathartic value to the mission, empath notwithstanding, but we knew we'd be taking mulligans on him. Violent expression. The team was able to let loose effectively, as evidenced by the decimated orphanage left in their wake. Human casualties. Aside from the corrupted Marauders, Madeline Pryor was felled as a combatant. This subject is a sensitive one, as you can imagine. It's agreed she wasn't human, so now the council must decide if she will be considered a clone of Jean or a mutant in her own right. A philosophical debate, with Madeline's resurrection hanging in the balance.
The Legacy Marauders have been approved for resurrection. It won't be quick, but it will happen. Don't figure that's my business. Not anymore. If you knew what I was going to do, I appreciate your letting me do it. You misunderstand my duties, John. Krakoa doesn't ask you to deny your nature. A dog will hunt. And we must rest peace wherever we find it. Alex. I tried. It's a no then. There are protocols. She was a clone of Jean. The council doesn't want... What do you want? It doesn't matter. I'm sorry it didn't work out. She was a real person, Scott. She existed. I'm sorry, Alex. I keep expecting this shit to get old, and it never does. Not once, not ever. I saw what you did. Oh my God. Oh, please, a little warning. That little mouth it's beyond. All of those dead mutant children thrown away like trash. You're in an awful lot of trouble, Mr. Sinister. Oh, am I? Have I woken up this morning and suddenly become not the man who made eternal life possible for all Krakoans? Everyone who's been resurrected owes their lives to me. They are my children. I am their father. Last I looked, Daddy gives the spankings. He doesn't bend over and take them. How many How many mutants have been resurrected? How many of your children are there? I'd have to look up the numbers. Why? When I come to punish you, I want to know how many orphans it will make. Didn't love that. Awesome issue of Hellions, just like the previous 3. The first 4 issues kind of told this internal story of kind of building this new Hellions team out of troubled mutants, ones that may have unorthodox methodologies, maybe some rage issues, hyper-violence, things like that, and kind of see if they can't put them in the field and relieve some stress when the situation calls for it. Their first mission going to destroy the defunct clone farm underneath the orphanage where Scott and Havok grew up, and Mr. Sinister worked there in disguise as a doctor, being sneaky as hell, and ended up separating them. And this same lab, this same clone farm, is where he birthed multiple versions of the OG legacy Marauders. Anytime one of them were killed, this is where he also created Madeline Pryor, who they find out is actually posted up under the orphanage and has enthralled and made these imperfect clones of the legacy Marauders, including Arclight, Blockbuster, Riptide, Prism, and they're basically ghouls. Can't really say they're zombies. I wouldn't say they were zombies. They're more like ghouls or wights or something. But they eat flesh, so yeah. Havok is shocked to see Madeline alive because as far as he knew, she was dead. Now, this is a messy, hot kind of relationship though. I used to really get into it when Havok and Madeline were doing their thing, right into that Inferno series, and he was like the Goblin Prince, and he was all smutty and stuff. I was like, yeah, Alex, do that stuff. You don't have to be clean cut like Scott. I was digging it. It didn't last, but maybe something was still left over, and that's what she alludes to in this issue, that she never lost her hold over him. But he laughs at this idea and says if that makes her feel better. He didn't actually deny it, but I thought it was funny that he laughed at it. Basically, kind of proving that Havok is broken in more than one way. Pick one, pick your poison. Whichever one you say it is, I guess we'll go with that one today. He is not scared. He is in a situation where he's about to be sacrificed, held down by demon arms coming out of this wall here. Not panicking at all. Madeline was to bring the entire clone farm online with all of Sinister's backups of all the Marauders, and who knows what other mutants might be under there that have been cloned, at the same time to make herself an army. And that's not the end of the story. That would have been a crazy plan just in and of itself. She's adding a magical component to it as far as summoning these demons. She loved to summon a demon. That's one of her favorite things. Her demon friends have been, chatting her up. She said her friends, they miss her. They're trying to come through. And she said, yeah, I got you. I got some bodies. They're basically empty that you can ride and drive around in them. And that's basically what the setup is, which sounds like a actually pretty solid idea. I think she would have probably been pretty successful with this had she not been so preoccupied with Alex's mental health. So, being distracted, as Madeline often does, over monologuing, as I love her to do, John Greycrow has time to not only pop his old teammates, he also has time to slip down into the control room to snipe Maddie right through the heart. Cold-blooded. And Alex's reaction, while I understand he cared deeply for her, seems like it's been there for a long time. Seems like an anger and pain. He was finally able to just release that pain. And man, what an awesome series of panels this was. I think it's great when they let other mutants shine besides the big ones, like Cyclops, like Jean, like Storm, like Wolverine. They're always going to get their time in the sun. But the X-Men string of A-listers is pretty big. Their starting bench, that's why they always split into multiple teams. So I get it that it's hard to get everybody their star moments. So when they come, they've got to make them big, and they need to make them big. And this was a big moment for Alex. The place, the person, just the whole mission seemed crafted specifically for him to break him. And wouldn't you guess that
who is watching while Havok is further unraveling after hearing the news that the Quiet Council has decided not to resurrect Madeline Pryor because she is a clone of Jean Grey, and they have a rule in the protocols about not resurrecting clones. Now, I think this is kind of... I'm gonna call cap on it. I mean, obviously they're going to probably break this rule at some point anyway. I feel like I can name like 5 or 6 clone characters that are super popular right off the bat. Like all the Wolverines, aren't they all kind of technically clones? I mean, the ones after Wolverine. I feel like they're all made from his DNA, right? Like Laura, Scout, yeah, they are all made from whatever. Anyway, Dekin, I know he's natural born, but yeah, Alex is not happy about this. Scott, you know, I go back and forth with Scott. I want to feel for him and be like, that's the dude, like that's, you know, he's got the full package, but he sucks at comforting people. He really does. He really sucks at comforting people or saying the right thing when somebody's in pain. And I just started to realize that. I was like, bro, just sit there. You could have just sat there. You could have just like quietly sat there and just, you know, listened to him. He said, you know, I tried. They got the laws. They didn't want to do this, blah, 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 blah. He ain't trying to hear all that. And then he said, it doesn't matter what I want. And just like, I'm sorry, and leaves. I'm like, damn, Scott, Scott does not have the bandwidth to be the great captain, commander of the Krakoan field team leaders and, you know, fighting Orcus and doing all this and being emotional support for his brother. He does not have the bandwidth for all of that. So, once again, poor Alex, just like when he was left alone in that orphanage. Mr. Sinister is such a little He's so snotty. I love voicing him. He's super fun, actually, to voice him. And I usually record myself doing it several different ways. Some of the lines, so they really hit. I want to make sure they hit. And I'll end up laughing or, you know, ones that I feel like are funnier takes, and I'll use those. The exchange between Sinister and Nanny. Now, I don't know if anyone's noticed, I've been playing Nanny for comedic effect, you know, mainly, but in the last couple of issues, she started to have a little bit more of a serious edge to her arc. She does care about children. That's part of her character, and she takes it to the extreme. And in her origin, she would kill parents that were abusive to their mutant children. She still has that maternal instinct to protect children. To see what Sinister has done or used to do, and also not really have any remorse for it. No burials, just body parts in buckets and stuff. Like it's despicable. It is despicable. And the fact that Sinister is elevated to the position he is in is justified by that genetic materials, the samples that he has collected over the years. He has everything they need as far as the genetic material. I just wonder, was there another way to achieve this same information gathering system without Nathaniel Essex? Because I honestly believe he is probably the most evil Marvel character in all of Marvel to me. And I love villains. Dr. Doom is probably my top favorite. But if we're talking about most evil, no remorse, and fully aware of their actions and faculties, there's a few that pop in my mind sometimes, and one of them is always Mr. Sinister. Dark Beast, Trevor Fitzroy, was awful. He sucked, but it kind of wasn't his fault because his soul got taken out, so I can't hold that against him. Cassandra Nova, Sinister is just, but he's so fun. He's just like, he keeps the story really, really interesting, and he is useful, and he is resourceful, and he is helpful to the society as a whole. But what else is he doing? What are you up to? He needs to have a handler at all times. I hope they have somebody that can shrink this up his butt, like just with him all the time. Don't ever leave him alone anywhere. For real, why would you? Matter of fact, he need to be bunk mates with Apocalypse. They can live together and Apocalypse can watch him, because you know what? He deserved that because you made him like that. You made him worse anyway. Apocalypse, you need to be watching his ass. Y'all, I'm enjoying this Marauders run so far, and I'm enjoying making these videos. And please keep in mind that I still have those memberships available if anybody wants to get ahead of everyone on new content when it's dropped. For instance, the first 4 Hellions issues were made available to members far in advance of everyone else, and all together in one block instead of every 5 days or however I choose to release them.
So get in on the deal, very affordable, $1.99, $2.99, in that range. So nothing is going to break the bank, but I appreciate your support. And also don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next issue.